Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine. Action.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm not Marty Levinson, and I'm threatening to sue Ivy Meyer's brains out.
Hi, I'm not Marty Levinson, and I'm threatening to sue Ivy Meyer's brains out.
For the identity of the real Marty Levinson, please stay tuned to the Northtown News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet home Chicago. 224 446. Come on, baby, now get your business fixed. Come on, honey, don't you?
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with Sonny Hirsch, our cameraman, and the greatest host around, Sonny Myers.
That's a keeper. I'm keeping that. Thank you, Marty. Ivy Meyer's Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org. By the way, you can Facebook me too, Ivy Meyers. I'm really big on Facebook and do a lot of good stuff out of there. Community Policing National Night Out is this coming Tuesday, August 2nd. Sonny and I we both got problem area. Sonny's is at Rosemont and Claremont. Mine is at Pratt and Artesian. We haven't figured out all our plans yet, so excuse me, you can go to caps24.org or call the community policing office. You can Facebook me, whatever, contact us. We'll let you know what we're doing in National Night Out. Now, it is a pleasure to have someone who, according to Joe Chuckshay and himself, is no longer the vice mayor of the city of Chicago, no longer the alderman of the 50th Ward, no longer the chairman of the Buildings Committee, but still about as interesting a person as you're going to find in this area, and that is the one, the only, Marty Levin. No, Berny Stone. How you doing?
Hi, Albie. Hey, listen, I read on your bulletin that your trouble spot at Pratt and Artesian, that since the roll call, a lot of that activity has faded away. Am I wrong?
No, you're right, and the reason is, and don't let any politician, he is not longer a politician, take credit.
I'm a consultant now.
Consultant. Is what's happening is that the people themselves, the neighbors on Artesian, and you know what, on the 67, and they've started their own block club right now, the West of Warren Block Club. It basically is from Albion to the south. I'm glad you mentioned this, I get to plug it. Albion to the south, Pratt to the north, and it's Artesian, Campbell, and Maplewood are banding together. They're being the squeaky wheel, they're getting the grease. 17 people, first they let the police know about it. They showed up at force at our last CAPS meeting. Then Sergeant Allison Christian, who's been absolutely terrific, even though she was going on furlough the next day, thought it was too important to let it go. Had a special meeting over at the police station with them, which really was a great catalyst, and we want to thank her so much for it. 17 people showed up from the area. And by the way, Commander Wick then got an outdoor roll call for the next Friday, which was great. And we want to say goodbye to Commander Wick, who is retiring right just a few days after we are. August 1st is his last day after 39 years and change in the force. And of course, by the time you watch this, Bruce Ratner, who was on the previous week, will have been retired and one of our favorite guests. So a lot of losses here. But in the meantime, you sound happier than ever. You're more active. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, listen. Well, I have an office now. It's not in the ward. It's in Skokie, but in the Wi-Fi building. And I'm working on, hopefully, on the book I intend to write. And I'm also intend to help people out as preferably as a consultant. I have a knowledge of government and how it works. I really can't work in Chicago for a year because of the fact that under our ethics ordinance, 1 year after I leave office, I cannot work with the city of Chicago, but I can work in other areas. Right now, I have a client I'm trying to help out with a private company and get them situated, and I'm working on that aspect of it. It's just getting started, so I'm certainly not retired. I'm too young to retire, as I've told you previously.
Fully agreed.
And I still, of course, have my heart is still in the 50th ward, and I'm still active in many areas here in the ward. I'm also interested in green energy, and I've attended a number of
seminars
and conferences on green energy, and in fact, I'm scheduled for another one shortly, and I'm going to be involved in that. And incidentally, with one of my former opponents in the aldermanic election, Tom Morris. Tom and I are getting together and forming a company which will be basically interested in moving forward on green energy, and we're interested in the environment. So that shows that we still are interested in not only forwarding government, but forwarding good ideas that are good for people. Tom has been really of great assistance to me, and I'm sure that this will be good for the general public.
No, that sounds good. I'm into green energy. Well, let's put it this way: my green energy are my legs. I don't even have a car.
Well, there was an article in the Sun-Times this week about all the new energy companies because of deregulation, but not one of those companies is a green company. So we've been researching, and there is a company coming into Illinois that is a green company, and we may be associated with that company.
Cool. Yeah, there's no reason. I mean, obviously you can't solve the whole world's problem that way right away, but, the more people do, the better off it is.
That's right. And if we're going to get involved in changing companies from ComEd, we should at least get involved with a company that's going to promote green energy. And that's one of the reasons that Tom and I have become involved.
No, I think that's a good thing. And as far as I'm concerned, I've always called them Communist Edison because of the wonderful way they've served me. In any event, well, like I said, I'm a walker, so obviously I'm in favor of those things. The only thing I don't understand, the word foul means you like something. So when you walk, it's like ped, feet.
Well,
so how come if I walk, I'm not a pedophile?
Well, I got to tell you, an interesting thing happened to me. During this major storm that we just had, one of my old office mates, Alex, you know Alex.
Sure, Alex, great guy.
Alex and I were out for breakfast, and the big storm hit at about 8:15. We were having breakfast.
Yeah.
I still get up early, like I've always done. And Alex and I were out for breakfast, and the big storm hit, and we saw that all the trees bending over and the rain going sideways, and we just sat there and watched it. And when the rain let up a little bit, we we left the restaurant, and we saw all the damage throughout the ward, and lights out and trees down, and it was a major storm, and many parts of the ward had lost their electricity, and in fact, Alex's house had no electricity. My daughter's house had no electricity.
Yeah, the northern end of the ward. We lost our streetlights, but not our power, thank God.
Well, the corner of Lincoln and Peterson had no electricity either. That whole area down near that area and parts of the 40th ward had lost electricity too. So, and then we drove up to Skokie, and there were parts of Skokie that were out too.
Matter of fact, there's places, as we filmed, there's places that have been out for 3-4 days already.
Well, as I understand it, they weren't going to completely recover for almost a week.
In certain places, yes, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
So it's a terrible thing, you know. But you got to understand that even with the deregulation, ComEd is still going to be the one who's going to deliver the electricity to everybody's house, even because all these companies are only the suppliers. The suppliers of the electricity, they don't deliver. ComEd continues to deliver it.
Matter of fact, we're in the process of switching here, and basically we lose a $5.40 fee that ComEd charges that we won't get charged with the new company.
Yeah, well, you're going to save some money, but the reason that, of course, that we're getting involved is for the green part rather than the question of savings.
Hey, I'm in favor of that, as a matter of fact. I'm not, you know, some of this stuff is difficult. You know, I just to say for myself, and I'm not speaking for you, of course, and never have, and you speak very well for yourself. I don't understand why nuclear energy hasn't gone further. It's such a clean form, and in France they're able to do so many things. They have a really good model. They actually recycle their spent fuel rods, which this country doesn't do.
Well, not only that, we don't even know what to do with the nuclear waste.
And as a matter of fact, our wonderful president, you know, we were building this whole mountain in Nevada, but Harry Reid didn't like the idea.
Well, Harry Reid is a senator from Nevada.
Exactly, and he's also the Senate Majority Leader. And if the Republicans had run anybody who wasn't like totally off the wall, he would have been out of office. But the fact is, he stopped facility on, what is it, the Yucca Mountain or something like that? And they were going to store all the fuel rods in there.
They've spent billions of dollars building that facility, and so far it's done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you know what? Another abomination. What can I tell you?
No, that started long before President
No,
Obama.
but not building it. I'm in favor of building it and storing it. He's the one that stopped it.
Yeah.
They pour all this money into it, and Obama's taking care of Harry Reid.
Well, Harry Reid's taking care of Harry Reid.
Right, and by the way, that to me is the abomination.
Okay. But in any event, this is all that's part of green. Well, but you have wind energy, you have solar energy, you have all forms of other forms of energy besides nuclear. It's an interesting subject.
No, it needs to be taken advantage of, and not to mention even the fact, even things like ethanol. In South America, they're using sugarcane, which is more efficient. It's also not driving up corn prices and produce prices like crazy. I mean, you know, it's like whoever buys Congress, you know, today or yesterday in this case, you know, happens to get whatever benefits there are.
Well, it's like, you know, there are votes at stake here in the Middle West, you know, so.
Yeah, that's why, you know, everybody's going to cater to Iowa because that's the first primary.
And Illinois.
Right, and that's the #1 and #2 states in the country for corn.
And Senator Durbin is the #2 guy, the guy right behind Harry Reid. Remember that?
Right. So no Yucca Mountain and and Durbin gets his corniness. In any event, Durbin's not the worst guy, but well, whatever. He's got some good stuff about him. That I'll say. In any event, I want to thank you very much, our guest. I don't know what to call you as a title anymore, but
just call me Bernie.
Berny Stone, yay! Yeah, best alderman we've had in a long time. And, you know, from my standpoint, a very tough act to beat who's not getting beaten for quite some time along those lines. I want to thank him very much. Stay tuned. We've got more to the show. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.